Millions of people have seen Trevor Jacob's video where he crashed his airplane for YouTube views. This is not a reaction video. This is a forensic analysis, just like I would do with all those years of working with the FBI, where we do crime scene analysis as well as statement analysis. So we're going to go step by step over 1, the setup, number 2, the crime itself, and number 3, the cover-up. I know people like to click off after a minute or 2 of YouTube videos. You want to watch this one through at least most of the way. Our first clue is right here. Why would there be a fuel line inside an aircraft? I'm not a pilot, but I know that the fuel lines belong in the wings and around where the fuel tank is, not in the cockpit. And notice, of course, this door is already ajar and open before anything happens. So now he's at 10,000 feet or thereabouts. He's already made it clear he's going to spread his friend's ashes. That's the reason for the flight. Now watch here as he takes the wheel and he begins to push and pull. There's a reason for this. Check this out. Did you notice the pushing and pulling? The reason for this is simple. Watch what it does to the nose of the airplane. And you might say, why do we care if the nose goes up and down? Because when you do that, you create more drag and it stops the propeller from windmilling. It's for visual effect for you.
Holy f***. I'm over the mountains and I get out of Asian out.
Now, all this unnecessary talk is not what happens when planes fail in midair. Look at any YouTube video where a small plane fails in midair, where the engine stops. People don't start describing what's happening. They get dead silent as they figure out how to glide that plane as far as possible. Now let's get into the crime itself. And yes, this is a federal offense. Here we go. First thing I'll say is this: why did he not try to restart the aircraft? Everybody who has ever taken even one flight lesson knows that if it stalls in midair, you try to restart it. He never tried to restart it. He simply bailed out. Why? Because he had no intention of restarting it. Yes, every time I jump out of an airplane when it's crashing, I make sure I have my selfie stick. And it's nice that the airplane itself is also in the picture. Now he looks a little bit like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Where do I land? What do I do? Guys, look at all these places he could land, all these flat areas. And someone else even flew by and took a video of those same areas. Look at all those places he could have landed. Now back to the plane itself. Here comes the crash. Now guys, he landed right into a bunch of bushes. He could have easily steered that parachute anywhere he wanted to for quite a ways, but he chose to jump into something that was more dramatic. Now that we've seen the actual crime, this is the part that I like the best, where we get the most information. Let's watch the cover-up.
I guess I should probably document what's going on.
Really? Document what's going on? You had 5, maybe 7 GoPros already attached to the airplane that you crashed, and now he's going to make sure he documents what's going on. This is all BS.
I cut my finger pretty bad, got my elbow. I'm just so happy to be alive. I'm just kind of taking in what just happened.
Guys, this is where he is selling. Notice after a federal crime where an aircraft was crashed, the first thing he does is he tells you about the troubles that he's having. When we are dealing with hostage situations and bank robberies, you notice that when people call 911 If they're in the least bit guilty, they don't tell exactly what happened. Instead, they sell their perspective. They will call 911 and say, listen, I have this problem, but I just walked in and saw it. I was at the gym and I came home and this happened. This is all building an alibi. And here's what happens. In the world of crime and criminology, liars sell and truth tellers tell. A truth teller wouldn't start telling you, oh, look, I'm so happy to be alive and I have a cut here and I fell into the bushes and oh my goodness, look what happened to me. No, it wouldn't be like that at all.
Well, where the hell am I going to land a freaking plane? I'm going to die.
That line kills me. There are tons of places he could have landed. Check this out. This is where he took off from. All right, he took off here from the airport and he's heading east. Look what happened. See this green area? This is where the failure happened. And you see this spot right here? This is a place that plane could have easily been able to glide to with no power. And look down here. This is the Santa Ynez Airport. He could have easily glided straight into that within a few minutes. But instead, we see the Mission Impossible pose where there's all these places. Look at all these places he could have landed. This is just a reminder from what I played earlier. Look at all these places he could have landed. And all he has to say is, where the hell am I going to land a freaking plane? I'm going to die?
Well, where the hell am I going to land a freaking plane? I'm going to die.
Now on to the next full-on lie of this cover-up.
That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute.
Can you say that again?
That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute.
He is full of it. This is him in another one of his videos flying with no parachute.
That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute.
Look, no parachute.
That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute.
Look, no parachute in this one either.
That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute.
You know, I never asked you if you're a pilot. You have a license, right? I don't. Oh, man.
Look, no parachute here either. He never flies with a parachute, as most pilots don't. And the cover-up continues.
No phone service.
No phone service, but he clearly could have radioed in from the airplane itself. But that's assuming that he had a radio with him.
No phone service. I'm climbing literally through the gnarliest freaking bushes.
Now we get to watch Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls style.
I've called for help multiple times. I don't have any service.
Did he call multiple times? How does he do that if he doesn't have service? Or did he try to call multiple times? Notice that the language itself tells on him.
And by the way, that myth that 911 works when you don't have phone service is total BS.
Listen, this is how that works. If you have AT&T or T-Mobile, but they don't have a cell tower anywhere, and there's no way for you to get coverage in that area, but yet there's a Verizon tower that does get coverage in that area, the way 911 works is that it will supersede your carrier and simply go to a tower, regardless of who it belongs to. That's why they tell you to call 911, even if you're out of your service area.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And it's so hot out here. I need water so bad. Oh.
All right, let's move on to the crash site itself.
I spot the plane. I see it down there. Oh my gosh. Ow. Wow. Holy smokes. Holy shit. There's literally nothing. No anything. No water. I had a water jug in the back. Oh my gosh, dude. I have no idea where I am. Oh, I don't even know, man. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, higher power, for watching over me. I'm gonna start walking out of here.
So as we know now, his lies got him 6 months in prison. It could have been so much worse. These are federal offenses. Guys, it is illegal to intentionally crash an aircraft. Imagine had that thing glided another couple miles and landed in a village somewhere or in someone's backyard or hurt somebody or killed somebody. It would have been devastating. This guy is a clown, and I think he deserves every minute he spends behind bars. I hope that no one ever tries to do this kind of stuff again. All right, if you made it this far, do me a favor, click on one of these other videos, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video.